Great news from the world of medicine, once again coming from the world of TikTok. People are talking about trying to get better sleep and healthier sleep by taping their mouth shut at night. So we want to talk about it with our 9 Health expert, Dr. Payal Kohli. So why would someone want to tape their mouth shut at night?
You know, Tom, I had a patient just a few weeks ago who came to me and said he's been doing this every night because it helps him with his dry mouth. So you can imagine when we tape our mouth shut at night, we're sort of obligated to breathe through our nose. It can help with dry mouth. There's these anecdotal studies, which we'll talk about in a second, that it may help provide better quality of sleep because we know that people that breathe through their nose tend to have a lower incidence of ADHD and also less sleep disordered breathing. But
okay, before we talk about the actual effect it's going on in your body, you also have to untape your mouth every morning, right?
That's right. Yeah. Well, for some people, it might be good to leave it taped all day.
Right. Well, I've had
so they don't have much to say. Yeah.
So tell us, what is the concept here? Obviously, we've heard at times different things like yoga have talked about breathing through your nose being a better way to breathe anyway.
It really is. So firstly, as you pointed out, it triggers those kind of nice chemicals that help us relax, reduces anxiety. But if you think about what's happening in our nose, we actually have tiny little hair called cilia that are filtering the air that we breathe in. They're warming it up, they're putting humidity in it, and they're changing the resistance to the air so our lungs receive the air in a better condition, so to speak. So there are a lot of benefits to breathing through your nose than your mouth, but I'm not sure that it's a good idea to be taping your mouth shut.
Well, I want to talk about the dangers in a minute, but I think for a lot of people, whether you have sleep apnea or something even just more gentle like you are a snorer, does this eliminate or cut down snoring?
So there is one very small study, which I would not hang my hat on because it's so few patients, that says if you have mild sleep apnea, meaning mild snoring at night or obstruction to airflow going in, that potentially taping your mouth shut could force air to go through the nose and it might improve. But in asthma patients, for example, this could actually be worse.
Well, I was going to ask you, if you're trifling with the way you breathe, that's a serious matter. I mean, you want to make sure you're doing the right thing.
It really is. And you have, 2 holes for air to get in when you're sleeping. You tape one of them. Firstly, you better be sure that the other is open. So many of us have things like deviated septums or nasal polyps or anything else that could obstruct blood flow from our nose. So that's one big danger. The second danger of sort of, taping your mouth shut at night is, let's say, God forbid, you had to vomit or throw up, you actually could aspirate on your vomit because you've essentially taped your mouth shut. And then the third is, of course, if you have something called sleep apnea, which happens in the brain, not so much in the mouth, that's called central sleep apnea. You could actually have sleep disordered breathing, forget to breathe, and it could actually lead to lower levels of oxygen.
What if you like the idea but don't like the idea of actually taping your mouth shut? Are there alternative methods that you might want to be interested in?
There really are, and the sleep guidelines say there's many different things you can try. So if you want better quality sleep but you have mild sleep apnea, you may want to try those nasal strips. Those actually kind of pull the nostrils open and help more air to get in. There's also a chin strap that you can talk to your doctor about, which kind of pushes the jaw forward, actually moves the tongue out of the way without actually taping your mouth shut, so you can still get air in and out of your mouth. And then there's habits around bedtime, sleep hygiene, making sure we sleep on our sides, making sure we go to bed at the same time every day. We're not, watching stimulating things before sleep and not drinking too much.
Better habits. All right. Dr. Payal Kohli, thanks.